Welcome back. NASA setting its next test launch attempt for the Artemis moon mission for Saturday. Dr. Michelle Thompson is an assistant professor at Purdue University and a former NASA employee, and she explains the significance of this mission. Dr. Thompson, we really appreciate you taking some time to talk about this fascinating conversation. Saturday is when it's going to happen again. Why is this so significant?
This is honestly one of the most exciting experiences for my professional career. We haven't put humans on the surface of the moon in 50 years. And this is an opportunity to really inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and astronauts to get them engaged in human exploration of the moon again.
And we should point out that we'll put the first woman and the first person of color on the moon this time. What happens after that?
I think it's kind of hard to overstate how much or how important that representation is to the next generation of scientists that that are going to be developing and growing up with this program. And, you know, putting the first woman, first person of color on the moon is incredible. But in addition to that, we're putting them in these new, really challenging, unique environments on the moon that we've never been to before. And we're going to be able to learn so much more about the history and evolution of the moon through these missions.
You teach at Purdue University, but you spent some time at NASA. Tell us about that experience, if you can.
Yeah, my time at NASA, I spent 2 years there after I finished my PhD, and it was bittersweet. It was coming towards the end of the shuttle program, and the United States didn't have the capabilities to launch humans into space at that point. And so it's so incredibly rewarding and exciting to be back in a position where the U.S. is putting people into space and putting them back onto the surface of the moon.
What's it like when you're coming up with these plans? I know you weren't there specifically for this, but you were there before. What's that process like?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, one part of it is that you're a member of this incredible legacy from the Apollo programs. I still work on samples that were returned by Neil Armstrong and the other Apollo astronauts. And so you want to carry forward all the lessons that we've learned from that program and take it forward to the next generation and our new areas of discovery that we're going to go to on the surface of the moon.
We should point out that Purdue played a little part in this mission as well. Expand upon that.
I mean, Purdue has a long legacy of having astronauts that have walked on the surface of the moon, both the first and the last man in the Apollo program. And now we have commercial astronauts that are helping develop these technologies and spacecraft that are going to be carrying this next generation of explorers to the moon. So it's a wonderful place to work, to be a part of this incredible program and at this wonderful university.
For somebody out there who's maybe not a huge, doesn't have a huge interest in this, and they're maybe saying, well, why should I care about this? They should, right? And explain to them maybe why.
There's a couple of reasons why. The number one being that, you know, space and the exploration of the moon is a global pursuit. It's one of the few things that across the world unites nations all over the globe. Even the Artemis program itself is a collaboration between many international space agencies with NASA and our commercial partners. And so it is a way for humanity really to come together and get behind one common goal. And also the development of technologies that we have through this program. We can't even predict what some of these technologies are going to do for the average person's life. Many of the things that we rely on today, like GPS and using Google Maps to get to your location, a lot of those came out of the original Apollo program. And so even if you might say, oh, you know, why bother sending humans to the moon? You may not realize all the ways it's going to affect your day-to-day life in the future.
Saturday's launch day. What can we expect, and how excited are you?
I'm so excited. You know, I feel like I grew up with my parents telling me stories of gathering around their black and white TV and watching Neil Armstrong step foot onto the moon. And this feels like that kind of moment for me. I'm so glad that we're finally here. It's been a long time coming, and I really do think this is going to inspire a whole new generation of space scientists. So I can't wait to see that come together.
Hopefully it happens on Saturday this time, right? Dr. Michelle Thompson with Purdue University, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.